Real life, 7th grade, let's go. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling, which means we have just a whole gob of experience under our belts. And today, I wanted to give you a look inside what a real day of homeschool is like for my 7th grader. So let's go. Before we go any further, guys, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. So the motivation for this video was that I've had people asking, can you really do it? Like, why isn't it taking you all day? What are you doing? Like, what's the magic? And I just want to show you. There are a few important things to keep in mind. A lot of our big meaty subjects we do together on Mondays, which went up earlier this week to give you a real look at that. We are also kind of heading into the holiday season when a couple of things have already kind of dropped off so that we do have a reasonable amount of them to come back to in the spring. So some things are just a little bit lighter right now based on this season. And we do that for a couple of reasons. Our personal lives tend to ramp up in the holiday season, and so it's a little amazing to be able to kind of, just take your foot off the gas when it comes to homeschool, which is really great and really helpful in this season of life for us. And so, so that's really a few things to keep in mind. At this point with 7th grade, I'm honestly kind of more support stuff. I'm not here for much, so my involvement with her is so much less than it has been historically, but I wanted to come on and give you a real look into our school day for our 7th graders. So let's go ahead, let's pop in and we will get a look at it. Okay, so here she is doing the same thing that her sister does. She's getting out her school and getting it ready. And here I'm letting you know that it's a little after 8:30. I did request Amelia get a little bit of an extra morning start because I actually pop out somewhere in here and head to the dentist. So I was like, anything you need me for, I really need you to start with early. Again, homeschool flexibility is amazing. Now she is starting with her Myrtle, which is new to us, and she's absolutely loving it. It's like thinking and logic, but you're like solving little murder mysteries, and she is loving it. As you can see, we've got out our writing of literature, the practice, and the vocabulary. That's actually all we're working on right now for our language arts. So 1 sentence a day, and then she is making flashcards, but we'll talk about the vocabulary in a moment. And then for her writing of literature, she's just doing 1 writing exercise a day. And if you aren't sure, I do have a video talking about how we're using this level of Michael Clay Thompson this year. There was so much meat in the writing portion that we started writing from the very beginning of the year, and we're just taking it a little slower, a little bit kind of more calm in more manageable bites to allow her to really do a lot of it, but to get through all of it in a year without feeling stressed or rushed or having to pick and choose. Now you can see she's doing her 4-level analysis there. So parts of speech, parts of sentence, phrases, and clauses. And here she is doing her 1 writing activity. Like, that's it. You just read it. And I think right now it's paragraph edges. So you're figuring out like where a paragraph would start, like what makes the most sense. And this entire Michael Clay Thompson level is based on classic literature. So the sentences that she's doing are sentences used in real classic literature. The paragraph sectionings is real world classic literature paragraphs. So it's really where the author felt like it should start. And she's marking that up. And here she is doing her world history detective, which is her kind of little bit of daily dose of geography and history. And so she is reading and applying those skills to answer the questions. And then if you recall, I do have a video specifically on this workbook and using it because I love the study skills that it's reinforcing for her. I think it's really great. So I quite enjoy this book, and she's warming to it. I don't know that she loves it because she feels like it's it's history, so it's a little bit dry, but I like that it's an activity and it's encouraging them to utilize their study skills. And here I am just going to check over everything that she is doing, and that's kind of it. This is why I say I'm support staff these days. It's because I'm just going through and double checking and making sure that she's got it and it's right, and letting her know, talking through if it is not right, and that's it. That's kind of all I'm doing. So this is really just me going over those bits of studying that she has done on her own, which is great. But that's really all it is. And if you have questions about Michael Clay Thompson, especially because it is a really meaty program and it can be really intimidating, don't hesitate to reach out. Now, I like that they have these little fact webs in the World History Detective. I think that's a really fun way to do that. And then here we are going over just kind of how far we've got until her first real big essay. There I was giving you a little bit of a time check. And the biggest portion of her day really is math right now. And it is because she's watching a full video, going through it with Denison, and then sitting there and completing all of the problems for that day. So math is the biggest piece right now, but it's Algebra 1, so it really should be. It is kind of a meaty bit. So we are taking our writing a little bit slower and a little bit more manageable, but we're following the Denison method. It's exactly what he recommends, which is a full lesson a day, but only one lesson. So it is slow, it is steady, and if you have been following along, you guys know that it really is checking the boxes and helping us stay on track, because we were struggling a little bit with our math in the beginning of the year, but as you can see, it is really picking up, and that is awesome, and we are super thankful for that. And here she is, just working through her vocabulary. Like I said, a lot of things we are kind of pausing through the end of the year so that we have a healthy amount of work to come back to. And so one of those things that we are pausing is her vocabulary. So in the interim, she is taking advantage of the time and making her own flashcards so that she can start running those words to be prepared and ready when we do circle back. And as you can see, little sister wanted something to do and is going to help her. So little sister and big sister are going to start making the flashcards for the level 4 Michael Clay Thompson vocabulary piece. And they just enjoy working together in this way. So they're just knocking it out and making sure that it is getting done to give her a little bit of a leg up, a little bit of a head start when we do come back into it. She will be familiar with these words. She will have already run them. She will have them already ready to go, which makes it a lot easier. As you all know, a little prep on the front side can make up huge on the back side. So I think that's good. In the past, vocabulary has not always been something we've done a great job of keeping up with on our own. So she is taking the initiative to go ahead and get those flashcards made for diving right back in after the holiday. And here I am just showing you that it's a little after 11 and she's all done. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Down in the comments, if there's any questions that you have. I do have my favorites page linked, which takes you right to my website, which has a button for every single piece that we are using for this year and last year. So if you have any questions on that, you can find all of that linked over there. I hope that this gives you a little bit of an idea of what it's like. A reminder, we're in Texas, so we don't have a minimum number of days or hours, which does make our lives a lot easier. We can be incredibly flexible. Like I said, especially when our home life ramps up, and homeschool flexibility is amazing. So really thankful that we have that. Yeah, I don't know if you have any specific questions, but if you do, go ahead and reach out. By the time you're seeing this, I will have most of our videos on specific curriculum pieces up. As far as, let's see, Michael Clay Thompson, because of where she's at in her vocabulary, we were going ahead and just kind of making the cards from now through the fall and picking that back up, the study portion of it in the spring. She is doing one writing exercise. If you have a question about that, I do have a video about how we're using it. And then basically, yeah, a sentence a day. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. She has made it through a huge chunk of that program. And so in an effort to keep some things still available for a reasonable amount of time in the spring, we've got some of that we're kind of pushing off and lightening up a little bit. But all in all, we are having a really great year. And I just wanted to come and show you, not just tell you, but show you that it doesn't have to take all day to be good, high quality education. I hope that you found it helpful, guys. Bye.